Chapter 8 Withering Deaths. Hello, welcome to this week's adventure. After last week, I feel almost invincible. We had 2 weeks of really good progress, killing the Ender Dragon and conquering all those cities that gave us loot. I think we will start off this week a bit slower as the village needs some attention, and I hope to start working on the area of my grand estate. Also, we made an eyesore in the village last week with the creeper farm, and that farm needs to be covered up. Let's start with clear cutting this bit of forest where my estate will sit. This can give me a good view of the terrain that I'm working with. Also, I get the materials that I need to build up a nice facade over the creeper farm. Hi, Leaf, Trevor says. Hi, Trevor, what's up? I respond back. He looks up and says, Gary is gone. Not sure what happened, but it's fairly normal to disappear. I say, oh. But Trevor continues. He was working with you, if I remember, trying to get more employment around the village. I said, yep, that's true. If I'm not mistaken, he wants lots of stonemasons to help with getting materials needed to help build up the village. Trevor says, yeah, that's right. If it works for you, can you finish off the project and I will start employing some people of the town for the jobs? I said, yep, I can do that. He said, great. With that final saying, we bidded each other goodbye and set off on our jobs. Since I was planning on working on the town and the creeper farm, and Lush Stocks is right in that area, I started on that job right away. Before I even finished, I saw some people take their jobs in the area. Also, some masons that work from home took their workstations to this area. While I was on the roll and in the mood, I finished another project inside of the inn. Now it is bustling with patrons, and it all looks like they had been to different parts of the village buying what they might need for an adventure. What a big project, and these guys in this hole will not make it any easier. Let's chip at this piece by piece. Not to worry about the town folk going into this hole and cave. I'm going to cover it up. Next, after covering it up, make it look all natural. Now, to start with the tower, let's build this up with oak logs, and the other side also needs to be joined up, and the two ends together, and spruce up this straight line. So, I have a small issue. My axe is about to break. This is because of all the stripping of the logs. I got mending on the axe, so all I need to do is get a whole bunch of levels. I could go to the skeleton experience farm, or I could take a break from building and go and hunt some wither skeletons for their heads. This fortress is working pretty good for wither hunting, as not many creatures are spawning outside of the fortress. Here's a head, that's great! With the chance that I do get enough heads, we could maybe do a wither fight to get a beacon for more efficient building. But I still need one more head. Oh, never mind. I got all I need now. Now to decide whether or not I'm geared up enough for the fight. With the sight of having another great victory over the Wither, like I did with the dragon, my mind is starting to ponder and see the great glory I could get. Also, my hands are itching for another fight. Alright, I have decided. Let's go and fight the boss. I think I already have everything that I need. This fight shouldn't take long, just a quick 15 minutes fight like the dragon. Then I should be good. I'll first double check my gear and items. I put my axe in my offhand to get the experience to heal up the axe the rest of the way. Now to find a spot to start the fight. Water is good. Maybe I can find a nice island. Ooh, this one will do. Time to start the wither fight. Let's do this. After flying around a bit thinking I could win this way, I then died. Oh well, I can recover. Got my stuff and died again. Put the valuable stuff away and went to fight again. Died again. I did the same thing. Died again. While recovering my stuff, I died again. Now was the goal to just get everything safe and maybe forget about him while I re-gear up. Then take on the challenge in a few weeks. But then I had the plan to lure him into a deep cave and try fight him underground in a tunnel. That way he can't kill me. After a few deaths of luring him into what I now call the pit of death, he was stuck in the cave, and I tried to see what I have left in remains of items dropped. What I had left, I got safety, and then went with the bare minimum of tools to kill him. At this point, it was Wither 9 and myself, Leaf, 0. I got into the cave, saw him, and got ready to attack, but he moved. I'm in a new spot, luring him, and I've knocked him down. Looks like I'm winning, just need to heal up. And he healed up as well? Oh, I'll knock him down again. Died again, and this time I'll take iron tools to see what I can do to recover. Died again? Let's set spawn in cave. Died again and again? And I'm blown up by a creeper? The wither moved to the lower area. I'm going back to my other area and then I can kill him. I died again and again. Finally I got him in the tunnel. Okay, last bit. Finally managed to kill him. And I'm unarmored and I only have an iron axe and a bow with no enchantments. Here is the statistics of the fight and my deaths from one wither. Time to go home and take a break and have a breather. Okay, let's talk. That fight definitely humbled me, and I don't think I'll be doing any great heroic fights for a while. What I learned is that I need to get better at fighting and stick to what I know, farming and building and adventuring. Let's leave the boss fights for someone else for now. However, I did manage to win in the end, and that was when I finally got a plan to dig a long tunnel and slowly fight him in there as he destroyed blocks on either side. If I need more beacons, that will probably be the fight that I will do. After looking over my gear, I don't seem to have lost too much. I was worried that I would be out of wings, but it turned out that I only lost one pair of wings, so I still have enough for now. The biggest loss to me is the diamond axe that is gone. Now I need to make a new one with efficiency 5. The rest of the gear I have spare sets except a shovel, although I should get enough levels soon to replace it. Hopefully I'll get Silk Touch Shovel because that is the only tool that I want Silk Touch on for grass, clay, and the odd time I need to break ice or glass. The star, which is the prize of the fight, I will put in the ender chest for safety. After all, I need a beacon base to place the beacon on. Let's look at the materials I have and start building the base. I am miles away from completing the whole base. I will need to do some caving or exploring later on. I have just cleaned up some paths in the village and added some community gardens for the townspeople to grow their own food. There was the old village horse here, and I moved her into the stables at the back of the inn. Now I'm working on this drop area of the creepers. Under me sits a spider spawner, and a few weeks ago I had the idea to make it a nice viewable room where the spiders would spawn and then die so more would reappear. That is the task at hand right now. I'm using this tinted glass so that we can see in, but it will keep the room dark enough for the spiders to spawn, and then I will use molten rock to kill them. Molten rock don't seem to do the trick. I will try lava. Well, that certainly kills them for sure, but now they cannot spawn. I have one last trick to try, and it's the boringest of all. Yep, just plain old water and drowning. The only trouble now is the pickup of the loot, and some of it floats. But that can wait for another day to figure out. Now to get up here on this viewing platform, the first idea that comes to mind is a staircase. Straight up here, I tried this design and I liked it, so I continued with it. I like the design, but I do lose a bit of the image that I was going for with walking under this grand archway where the creepers go to fall to their deaths. But it does the job for now, so I will leave it. The only other option that I have is to add ladders, and I might end up doing that in the future when I change the paths out to a new design. One thing that I can do with the design is that it offers a neat area under here where I might be able to make a small memorial to the dragon fight and put the egg here. I have plans to bring the town down to the water, but all those buildings will have a different style. To get an idea of the land that I can use for this part of the town, for now, I started with the design of the road that I would like to use. I then started to make this path go down to the water. Before I make any of the buildings in this area, I would like to have all the roads made. I'm letting you know about this small project because I will slowly chip away at it and you can watch it slowly grow in the background of each week. Time to continue with this week's plan on making the creeper farm look better. Next side I tackled was the southeast side of the farm. After that was done, I took a short break, then I got back to work and did the northwest side. I'm almost done, just one more side and the top. But let's leave it here for now. I am wanting to continue the beacon ways and get some more resources. One item in particular is mud. I can make it, but it's easiest to find a mangrove swamp and harvest it. So off I go on an adventure, taking a break from building. In addition to looking for mud, I would like to find these places as well. At Cherry Grove, Packed Ice Glacier, Mesa for hardened clay, or a desert biome. If I follow this biome along, there's a chance that it will bring me to an ice-packed glacier because it is also a frozen biome. Hey, what's that? It's a nice village. I wonder if I can stay the night. I sure could, but they didn't want me to spend too much time in the village. They were welcoming enough, but they probably don't want anyone lingering around as it is a frozen area without much food. Ah, a swamp. Maybe I can find a witch hut. I sure can. Here's a nice one. And there's another nice one, not too far away. Just for your knowledge, I am taking down the coordinates of where I'm going and what I find, making up a little map in my head so that I can find these places back. Ooh, mountains. They often have lots of iron in them that I can probably harvest for the beacon base. This was something else that I was keeping an eye open for. I flew a lot more around and collected heaps of iron. In total, I think I have around 6 to 7 stacks of raw iron. But it's time to head home. Currently, I'm halfway between home and spawn, where I have another portal that can take me home. So I will head to spawn instead of directly home. Neat, look, a ship in the water. Let's check if there's anyone in there. Nope, just some chest with a moss block. That is perfect. That's an item I have been missing. Now I can get azalea and flowering azalea trees. There is another portal. And back home. Let's finish off this facade and call it a wrap for this week. This side is much like the other sides, just some little tweaks here and there with the layouts, but it's all done except for the top. And that is where I sit now, Here I have made it a nice lush area on top where I can land with my wings and enjoy this beautiful area except for the noise of the farm. So it's really just a nice place to look at from the air when I fly over. This is a wrap for this week. If you noticed, the village got a bit of a change as I have been working on it pieces here and there throughout the week. One item of note is all the paths are cleaned up. I hope you enjoyed your week as I enjoyed mine, even though I got humbled from my disasters with the wither. That's all for now. Goodbye.